Zone Ads, World of Local Business Info.
Very warm good morning to one and all present here. To the athletes, parents, well-wishers, the chief guests, VIPs, and honorable dignitaries present over here for the closing ceremony of Dr. Maxwell Trevor Cycling Welfare Association Summer Camp 2023. To begin with, we have esteemed guests who have done tremendous work in their respective fields to motivate us and bless the athletes and also enlighten us with their visionary and pioneer thought process. And with that, I would like to welcome the Honorable Chief Guest for today's events. We have multiple dignitaries. Start with Shri Murray Lakshman Reddy Garu, the chairman of Murray Lakshman Reddy Institute of Technology. I would like to request our Joint Secretary, Shri Paul Ross, to please escort Shri Murray Lakshman Reddy Garu, the chairman, and the youngest athletes for today. We also have another chief guest for today's event. We all have met him before at the Khelo India Women's League. Shri B. Balakrishna Garu, IRS, the Commissioner of Income Tax. I would like to request Dr. Maxwell Trevor, President, to please escort Shri B. Balakrishna Garu, the Commissioner of Income Tax. Most welcome, sir. And we have fittest sportsman and a good-looking, I always admire him, Shri Jay Kumar Garu, IRS, Deputy Commissioner, Income Tax, to be escorted by Dr. Maxwell Trevor. We have honorable dignitary who has seen sports evolving in the state of Telangana as well as in the country. He's the man who has also covered Dr. Maxwell Trevor during his active cycling days, and he's still young with his journalism. Shri Jagannath Das Garu. I would like to request Shri Paul Ross to please escort Shri Jagannath Das. I would also like to call upon the force behind the strength of Dr. Maxwell Trevor Cycling Welfare Association, the Honorable Treasurer Srimati Lorraine Trevor, to be escorted by Amanda Trevor. And the man behind the entire vision, the footsteps of whom we are following, the man who visions and dreams about producing Olympians in cycling, none other than Dr. Maxwell Trevor, the President of Dr. Maxwell Trevor Welfare Association. I request the honorable guest of honors for today, Shri Surinder, Shri Addu Bhaiji, Shri Sudhir Matthew, Shri Jude Kuram, Dr. Ranjeev, to please take the front row. I request our Joint Secretary to please help them to take their seats. We have Mr. Umakant. Most welcome and hearty welcome to one and all present over here. Before I even begin to explain what this summer camp was all about regarding the closing ceremony, I have few announcements which I don't want to miss in today's event. Dr. Maxwell Travers Cycling Welfare Association was formed with a very clean vision to produce cycling champions with the idea of identifying talent at a very young age. And when I say it is young age, we tap talent from 5 years onwards. So 5 years is what we are always looking. If any kid or a children around you is between 5 to 14 years, that is the hot cake we are always looking for. And our association always focuses on these age groups and as well as nurturing the talent, because that is a very crucial age group wherein the athletes spend most of the time with their coaches. And we are not just a cycling training academy, we are an overall development academy. That is what we always focus on. And when I say overall development, it also includes discipline, nutrition, respecting elders, showing gratitude, courtesy, and education as well as. In this regard, there is a flagship initiative by the central government, that is Khelo India program, wherein that initiative is all about identifying talent from 12 years onwards who have potential to represent the country at various international events. In this flagship program, the athletes are provided with the state of the best infrastructure, facility, equipment, nutrition, physio, and you name it. You also get a stipend, 10,000 rupees per month. And that is a great initiative by the central government, which is Khelo India. And we ensure our athletes who are at the young age, who are close to 12 years, get selected in the Khelo India camps. Right now we have around 5 Khelo India camps actively working and producing national champions, international champions. And this is not at all possible without the hard work and efforts of Shri Omkar Singh Ji and Shri Maninder Pal Singh Ji, the entire Cycling Federation of India. And without their blessings, this wouldn't have been possible for us also to achieve at this level. And in this regard, this year, 5 of our athletes were shortlisted for the Khelo India camp. Last year, we had 4 athletes who got selected for Khelo India. And this year, we have 5 athletes. And this is the first quarter. We have another quarter of the selections going on. I would like to call upon the athletes who got selected. Ari Pisa Yagu, please come. Shiva Bindia, S. Ratnika, Come. Tanishq, and one of our athlete is right now in Orissa, Soumik Pohi. So these are the 5 athletes, and 2 of the athletes, Tari and Pisa Yagu, are from remotest village of Arunachal Pradesh. And it's been not even a 1 year for them they have spent in the camp. They were raw athletes. They did not know anything about cycling. And they haven't completed even a year with us. And the potential they showed under the able guidance and coaching of Dr. Maxwell Trevor, they were able to make to the Khelo India camp. And Tanishq, we have 2 of our girl athletes, Shiva Bindya and S. Ratnika. And these selections were purely made from the performance they showed at the national level, National Cycling Championships. So we are very proud of them. Let us all give up a big round of applause. And if you see, there are 3 girls standing here, and this time it's a girl domination, girl power. It is not an easy task to get shortlisted for the camp. They have worked hard. Their parents have worked hard. All their supporters, well-wishers have worked hard for them to achieve this. This is the beginning for them. You will see them one day at international and Olympic championships. Thank you. We will once again call you for the felicitation. Thank you. Now, I would like to start with brief introduction about MTCWA, in short, Dr. Maxwell Trevor Cycling Welfare Association. A little introduction about who we are, what we do, and why we are doing all this, so that you're all enlightened with the visionary map laid by Dr. Maxwell Trevor and the workforce behind him to achieve this level of success. Dr. Maxwell Trevor himself, an international cyclist, a very well-known person in the entire Lalagoda, in the state of Telangana, erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, and also the country. And it doesn't stop there. He is a well-recognized person at world level in the cycling as well, because he came 0.01 seconds close to breaking the Olympic qualifying timing. Only cyclist to do in the entire country. 11-time national champion for consecutive 11 years. Continuous 11 years he was a national cycling champion. There used to be cyclists who used to go abroad and train just to beat him in the race. And they used to get failed for that also. That level of legendary cyclists we have. And he has a vision once he stopped his professional cycling. He wanted to make young champions and to take them to Olympic level. During his time, maybe the infrastructure was not that great, but now, given the circumstances and the timings and the equipment availability in the country, he has laid a path to train athletes and take them to national level, international level, and beyond. And with that vision, he started training athletes and started picking them from very remotest areas of the state of Telangana. And this was a decade ago. Dr. Maxwell Trevor started training athletes since 2010, and he picked up athletes who are economically backward, who have potential, physically fit, and also gave them accommodation in his own building. He provided them cycles, he took care the entire welfare of the athletes, and those athletes turned out to become national champions. Some of them got railway jobs, some of them got into services, and eventually he realized that why are we not tapping the young talent? Because cycling is such a game that unless you have means and the right equipment, by the time you realize and start the sport, it's too late in terms of age. And he immediately realized that we should start selecting athletes from 6 years onwards. He also did a lot of brainstorm that why other countries are able to produce Olympic champions. Where are we lacking? And then he realized that we are not tapping young talent. Young talent is getting wasted. And he immediately started training young athletes from 5 years to 15 years. And we have laid few key initiatives which are our flagship programs, that is Kids Talent Identification, which we conduct every year in the month of August. And in the year 2021, we had 1,200 kids, including 5 different states of the country, in which we selected 30 athletes, out of which 8 athletes went on to represent the nationals in the same year, which is a remarkable number. And we also conduct summer camps to identify young talent from various parts of the state. In the year 2022, we conducted the Kids Talent once again, and this time the number was double. We had 2,500 plus participants, and we identified 60 athletes from that. And the athletes who were standing here were the talent identified in the Kids Talent Identification. Let's give a huge round of applause. And the summer camps are also one of the flagship programs which we conduct every summer. And some of the athletes are doing extremely well. One of the youngest athletes to participate at the cycling nationals is Vaishnavi. In order to promote girl riders, and with the consent of Cycling Federation of India, they allowed her to participate and give timing. And she was the athlete who was selected from the summer camp. And there is no looking back. There are many athletes like Vaishnavi. I can say that Vaishnavi was the youngest participant to participate at the Track National Guwahati in the year 2022. Thank you, Vaishnavi. And the force behind Dr. Maxwell Trevor, the committee, Sri Sanjeeva Reddy, the Vice President, Sri Paul Ross, the Joint Secretary, Lorraine Trevor, Treasurer, Executive Members, Amanda Trevor, Chandni, Executive Member, Krishna, Shweta. These are the core committee members, including me, myself, General Secretary, who help Dr. Maxwell Trevor to achieve, to support him with his passion, and We have never said this is a tiring job. We enjoy doing it because of the love and the passion Dr. Maxwell Trevor has. This is about our camp, but let me enlighten you. We are also the only private club in the country who has largest enrolled athletes, kids from 5 to 15 years. We are the only private club in cycling who train the kids between 5 to 15 years. Only UCI is the world governing body for the cycling. Only UCI level 2 coach, who is Dr. Maxwell Trevor, who trains these age groups. But when it comes to kids between these age groups, I think it will be unfair to not mention about the parents. Because without parent support, this is impossible. And it is you who wake up at 4 o'clock, prepare breakfast, prepare boxes, bottles, make them ready and drop them at the training facility, and also pick them back and then continue with your daily course, your jobs and respective things. Hats off to the parents for the and all the kids should remember one thing. Today, if you have achieved something, the entire credit should go to your parents and your coach and then your hard work. Without them, it is not at all possible. We have a great parent support team, and initially we started with 10 athletes. It's a long story, and today I can't even remember names. That is the strength and support we have. People keep joining, people keep adding with us, and the love and support they show is tremendous. And if today we are able to stand here and vouch for the association, the achievements of the association, the success of the association, and the success of the athletes, is all because of the support and the backbone of the parents and the support system we have in the academy. And I think the kids should clap for the parents now. All the athletes. And I would like to thank all the parents, the support, the well-wishers from bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. But at the same time, there are unsung heroes and heroines for the association who work in the back end. There are countless sleepless nights. Is the association members who are always behind the scenes. And they are also the pillars of MTCWA, who make sure that everything goes as per plan, as per systematic. The facilities we provide at free of cost. This is at free of cost. Since we don't have our own velodrome, we use the government facility, for which we use for the usage charges. That is the only fee athletes pay to the government of Telangana. And since last 13 years, Dr. Maxwell Trevor has been coaching, training, providing equipment, cycles, trainers, nutrition at free of cost since last 13 years. Including that, the premises which is being at use, I have been watching since last 8 years at most of the facility in his building is either a gym or some athlete staying as a hostel. It's a dining room or something. I have made a calculation myself just to reveal almost 80,000 to 1 lakh rupees is just spent on that since last 13 years per month, which is absorbed by the Maxwell Travers Cycling Welfare Association. And that also includes the salaries which we pay to the staff, the fuel cost incurred for taking the athletes on the road training sessions for 100, 150 kilometers once in a week. Plus, cycling is such an expensive sport that even a tire for racing will cost you minimum 5,000 rupees. It's a very expensive game. All the equipment is imported and hence the cost. And it is also difficult to maintain race equipment as well, because most of our athletes who train under the scholarship program are economically backward and underprivileged, but they have great potential. And to support them, we need to ensure the equipment is also intact and race ready. And that maintenance cost is also absorbed by the MTCWA. Let us all congratulate and encourage, because the claps and the appreciation which we receive is the motivation to work forward and further. Now, about this camp, the summer camp, this is the third year we are organizing the summer camp. We started the camp on 24th April 2023, and today is the closing, that is 27th May 2023. This is also the longest summer camp which we have conducted till now in last 3 years. Over 70 kids enrolled in this summer camp, and 70 is a very good number. Let us all clap for that. 70 from 5 to 15 years. You will never see this age group. Small kids cycling very well. So we have some video visuals also which you will see and be thrilled to watch. Not just cycling, we also teach them skill training, bike control, bike handling skills. We also conduct nutrition sessions for our athletes for different age groups. We don't give a generic nutrition session. We also discuss athletes at individual basis and share diet programs with them. We conduct races every Saturday just to encourage the athletes. Although the camp is over today, but the training continues. So I request all the 70 athletes who have enrolled to continue training. And I would also like to announce that we are the only private club in the country in cycling to send athletes for Khelo India camps, which is a one of its kind achievement. And with this was the brief introduction about us, the camp which we conducted. And the AVs which you are watching are the sessions conducted. Now, we also have few announcement to make. I would also like to appreciate the parents who have come forward to support this camp by sponsoring breakfast every single day during this camp. It is my bound duty to mention their names because it is not an easy task making 100 breakfasts every single day. and it is also the right nutrition which we are providing. And I would also like to read out the names. Mr. and Mrs. Keith. Let us all keep clapping for. They can stand up if you are hearing me. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Keith. Srikant, Srinivas, Manju. Naveen, father of Laksh. Patricia, Neetu, Jaya from Tamil Nadu. Sunita, Revantika's mom. Sai, Bindu, Manoj, Sridhar, Manju, Kushal, Vamsi, Balakrishna, Meenakshi, Sunita, Arif, Shaheen, Romana, Madhu. We have Maithili, we have Jayprata again from Coimbatore. We have Veena, mother of Supratik and Suprit. We have Ritesh, Mr. John, Sai Krishna from Zonads, and Naveen, Ratnika's father, Maithili also. And if I have missed anybody's name, extreme apologies, but my heartfelt thanks. My heartfelt thanks, and children and athletes should also clap again for the delicious breakfast in the entire summer camp. Thank you very much for the great support. We have parents who also come forward in supporting us in getting the bike service, because we have pretty good equipment, 15 small cycles and big cycles around 5 to 7, and it needs servicing because there is a wear and tear on a continuous basis. So parents voluntarily come forward to get it serviced. I would like to request the parents to stand up who got the bike service recently and before also. Parents who got the bikes serviced. Okay. We thank you. And we also have parents who have donated 4 new cycles to the academy. I would like to call upon them and requesting Dr. Maxwell Trevor, Joint Secretary Paul Ross, and Lauren Trevor to receive the generous and humble donation. I request the parents also to come forward. Rajkumar, Mohsin, Shailendra,
Please come.
all the ex-athletes of MTCWA, please come fast.
Come.
आ जाओ भाई, थोड़ा जल्दी आ जाओ. राकेश, ఇంత ఫాలోయింగ్ ఉందా? వామ్మో. athletes identified from remote areas, I would like to take this opportunity to mention Pranay comes from a very remote village called Tarigopula from Janagam district. Uh, he was identified by Dr. Maxwell Trevor when he was climbing a palm tree. And the way he was climbing, Dr. Maxwell Trevor saw some potential in him and asked him, "Will you do cycling?" He said, "Nen chesta." And then that was the beginning. Pranay was trained by Dr. Maxwell Trevor for 2 years, and he eventually won a bronze medal at National Cycling Championship and also a bronze medal at All India University Cycling Championship. He was identified from a very remote village who had no idea about cycling except for climbing trees. And today we have a national champion standing here. Right now he's working with Decathlon and is a great support to the academy, to the parents who ever come there. And we wish you all the best, Pranay. Thank you. Yes. And when we talk about not just cycle training, we also focus on overall development. If any athlete is more interested, because cycling is a world level sport, it's an Olympic sport, it is an equipment based sport, it requires technicians, and they are no ordinary technicians. They are abroad, they are the highly paid professionals when it comes to cycle technicians. And one of our ex-athletes, Shailender, wanted to pursue. Come. Shailender wanted to pursue his career in cycling field, more especially in technical side. And he always was interested working with the bikes and all the technical areas. And today, he is considered to be the best technician in the country also. And he works with a bike store called the Bike Affair. And he is also a Shimano certified technician. Recently, he has finished his advanced certification in Shimano. And Shimano is a Japanese company which manufactures gear components of a bicycle. And it needs a lot of learning, a lot of theoretical and practical experience to work on certain equipments. And Shailender continued to pursue and remained in cycling by calling himself as technician and the best technician in the country. Many people from other states come and get it serviced with him. So we are proud of you, Shailender. And Shailender made a humble gesture. When he was a cyclist, he used to use carbon fiber wheels, which is worth minimum of lakh rupees. And Shailender has made an announcement that he is donating the wheels to the academy. Carbon wheels are extremely light. Front and back wheel will weigh combinedly 1.5 kilos. That's all it weighs. And it has a higher rolling, lesser friction. They help you achieve better timings in races. And athletes who are underprivileged and can't afford, but they can achieve medals and clinch better timings, these wheels donated by people will help them to achieve their goals. We thank you, Shailender. Thank you so much. Before I hand it over to Dr. Maxwell Trevor, there's one last announcement, and kindly bear with me. We also have youngest athletes in the summer camp, 4 years. Ritvik Roy, the son of Giridhar. Is Ritvik present here? Either. Yes. Let's cheer up for the youngest athletes of this summer camp. I request the parent also to come. Thank you. You never know, there is an Olympian inside. Future champion, right? Thank you. Thank you so much for encouraging your child for cycling. Thank you, Ritvik. Not just the youngest, we also have more youngest people who encourage, who also come and do their regular fitness along with their grandchildren. I also call them youngest. I would like to call upon the grandparents, Mr. B.S. Murthy, grandparent of Revantika, Mrs. B. Shobha Rani. Please come on. Come on. M. Suguna Garu, Jayalakshmi Garu, and N. Lakshmi Narayana Garu, retired ACP, grandparent of Supreet and Suprati. I request our Joint Secretary, Sri Paul Ross, to please felicitate them with a shawl for the encouragement. Along with the athletes, they are always present on the ground, irrespective of the age. Sri Paul Ross, and I also request Amanda Trevor present the shawl, a token of appreciation and gesture from our side. Let us all cheer up for, in fact, the grandchildren can also come here. With utmost respect and gratitude, I would also like to thank the women's team, the women parents team who has worked tirelessly for the success of this summer camp. I request all the mothers, grandmothers to please
Subscribe to our channel, click the bell icon and select